Why her words still touch millions, even years later. What if the most profound confessions of the heart were never meant for the spotlight, but tucked away in faded notebooks and whispered admissions that bridge the gap between fiction and forever? Son Ye-jin, the luminous South Korean actress whose gaze has pierced through countless screens, has always embodied an effortless blend of poise and passion. But it's her unguarded reflections on love, scattered like autumn leaves across interviews, fan letters, and fleeting social media posts, that reveal a woman whose soul yearns for the unadorned truth of connection. Far from the polished narratives of K-dramas, these glimpses into her inner world paint love not as a whirlwind romance, but as a steadfast anchor in the tempest of celebrity life, evoking a tender nostalgia for the ordinary miracles that make existence feel eternal. It's this raw authenticity that draws us in, stirring a quiet envy for the intimacy she describes, where vulnerability isn't a risk, but a revelation, and home isn't a place, but a person's promise. Her journey into the realm of heartfelt disclosures began long before the headlines, rooted in a career that has masterfully mirrored the complexities of human affection. Debuting in 2000 with the poignant family drama Yesterday, where she portrayed a young woman grappling with loss and resilience, Ye-jin quickly established herself as an actress unafraid to delve into emotional depths. Yet, it was roles like the tragic lover in 2005's April Snow, a film that explored infidelity and unspoken regrets amid swirling snowflakes, that first hinted at her affinity for stories of love's fragile underbelly. In that icy tale, her character Iris clings to fleeting moments of passion with a married man, a performance so visceral it earned her the Blue Dragon Film Award for Best Actress, and one that she later reflected upon as a personal excavation. Playing those emotions made me confront what I truly value in relationships: honesty over illusion. Though not a direct quote from a private letter, this insight, shared in a 2006 interview with Cine21, underscores a recurring theme in her work: love as both a balm and a bruise, a duality that would echo through her life off-screen. Watching her navigate those scenes today, one can't help but feel a pang of empathy, as if her on-screen tears were rehearsals for the real vulnerabilities she'd one day embrace with grace. As her stardom ascended through the 2010s, with standout turns in The Classic, 2003, a time-spanning romance that tugged at heartstrings with its themes of eternal devotion, and My Love from the Star, 2013, guest spot that showcased her comedic timing in cosmic courtship, Ye-jin's portrayals increasingly wove threads of longing and loyalty. But it was Something in the Rain, 2018, where she starred as a 30-something professional entangled in a taboo age gap romance that crystallized her reputation as a chronicler of modern love's messiness. Directed by An Pan-sok, the series unflinchingly depicted societal pressures, workplace romances, and the quiet terror of heartbreak, earning critical acclaim for its restraint. Ye-jin, in a post-premiere chat with Vogue Korea, mused, "Love isn't always fireworks. Sometimes it's the steady rain that nourishes, even if it soaks you through." This metaphor lingers like a half-remembered dream, inviting viewers to ponder their own relational tempests, and it feels profoundly personal, as if drawn from the margins of her own evolving script for companionship. The role's intensity left an indelible mark, not just on audiences, but on her, fostering a deeper introspection that would soon intersect with destiny in the form of Hyun-bin. Their story, often romanticized as a reel-to-reel fairy tale, actually unfolded with the deliberate pacing of a well-crafted novel, beginning not with thunderclaps, but with subtle synergies. The couple's first professional brush was in 2011, when Ye-jin made a cameo in Hyun-bin's hit Secret Garden, a body-swap rom-com that became a cultural juggernaut. Though their interaction was brief, a fleeting hallway exchange amid the chaos of magical mishaps, it planted an invisible seed, one that Ye-jin would later reference in a 2025 interview on You Quiz on the Block as a whisper of familiarity in a sea of strangers. Fast forward to 2017, and fate scripted a more substantial chapter with The Negotiation, a high-stakes thriller where Yijin commanded as crisis negotiator Ha Chae-yoon, locking horns and hearts with Hyunbin's haunted agent Min Tae-gu. Filming in sweltering studios and tense script reads, they discovered shared rhythms. Both debuted around 2003. Both navigated the industry's relentless gaze with quiet fortitude. "We understood each other's silences," she shared in a September 2025 Chosun Ilbo feature, her words carrying the weight of mutual recognition that feels like coming home after a long exile. That bond, forged in the fire of fictional conflict, sparked an undercurrent of curiosity, leaving fans, and perhaps the stars themselves, wondering if adversaries could bloom into allies of the soul. By 2019, Crash Landing on You arrived like a serendipitous storm, catapulting their chemistry from subtext to supernova. As Yoon Se-ri, the glamorous chaebol heiress who paraglides into North Korean officer Ri Jung-hyuk's life, played by Hyun-bin, Yejin infused the role with a blend of defiance and delicacy that mirrored her own guarded heart. The Switzerland-filmed sequences, with their mist-shrouded Alps and clandestine picnics, weren't just visually arresting. They became a canvas for unspoken affections bleeding into reality. Months of isolation in remote locations, hiking rugged terrains, rehearsing heartfelt monologues under starlit skies, allowed their rapport to deepen organically. It wasn't a sudden spark. It was like the seasons changing, gradual and inevitable. Yejin confessed during a September 24, 2025 Preview.ph interview, dismissing fairy tale tropes in favor of this slow burn truth. The drama's global success, amassing over 2 billion viewing minutes on Netflix and inspiring fan pilgrimages to the Iseltwald dock where Jung-hyuk first catches Se-ri, amplified their allure. But privately, it was transformative. For Yijin, embodying a woman who defies borders for love felt prescient, echoing her growing sense that Hyunbin's steady presence made the world feel navigable. Recalling those days evokes a bittersweet warmth, the kind that reminds us how art can foreshadow life, turning co-stars into confidants who rewrite each other's endings. Public confirmation of their romance came in January 2021, a modest Instagram post from Yejin that read like a love letter to transparency. "The special person I mentioned before is the owner of that hand," she wrote alongside a photo of intertwined fingers, a gesture that shattered K Entertainment's veil of secrecy and won over skeptics with its sincerity. Hyunbin echoed the sentiment in his own handwritten note to fans, a rarity in an era of digital detachment. "I wanted to share this joy with you all, as you've been with me through every step." This mutual vulnerability marked a shift, aligning with broader cultural evolutions in Korea, where post-Me Too dialogues encouraged celebrities to claim their narratives. Their wedding on March 31, 2022, at a discreet Seoul hotel, intimate, with cherry blossoms framing vows exchanged in whispers, further humanized them, drawing 5 million congratulatory messages worldwide. Yejin, in a pre-wedding letter to fans, elaborated, "I'm so thankful I met a good person, and I'll cherish this happiness with care." Her words a quiet vow not just to Hyunbin, but to a life unapologetically shared. Envisioning that ceremony, with her in a minimalist gown and him in tailored simplicity, stirs an ache of collective joy, a reminder that even icons seek the solace of "I do" amid flashing cameras. Parenthood added yet another layer to their tapestry, welcoming a son in November 2022, a milestone Yejin described in a 2024 Harper's Bazaar Korea interview as the purest form of love, chaotic and consuming. Hyunbin's adaptation to fatherhood, marked by his serene involvement in sleepless nights and milestone celebrations, became a cornerstone of her sense of security. In a candid August 2025 YouTube clip from The Herd, she tearfully recounted a love letter from him during her pregnancy. He wrote about building a world where our child and I could always feel safe. no matter the storms outside. Though the letter's full text remains private, its essence, that unwavering commitment, resonates like a lullaby, evoking the profound relief of partnership that withstands life's unpredictabilities. By 2025, with their son now a spirited toddler, Yejin has spoken glowingly of domestic rhythms, shared grocery runs in disguise, impromptu dance parties to old trot songs, and Hyunbin's habit of leaving sticky notes with doodled hearts on her scripts.
He's my first love, and in him I found the home I always scripted for my characters, she revealed in a September 22, 2025 Chosun reflection, her voice laced with the quiet awe of dreams materialized. These anecdotes, pieced from interviews, feel like stolen pages from a family album, inspiring a swell of hope that love's evolution, from passion's blaze to parenting's hearth, can be as enduring as it is endearing. Yejin's ethos on love extends beyond her personal chronicle, influencing her advocacy and artistic choices in ways that ripple through Korean cinema. Post-marriage, she championed initiatives like the 2023 launch of the Son Ye-jin Foundation for Women's Empowerment, drawing from her Something in the Rain experiences to support narratives of independent women in relationships. In a 2025 panel at the Bucheon International Film Festival, she elaborated, "True love empowers. It doesn't eclipse. Hyunbin taught me that by celebrating my ambitions as fiercely as our shared life." This perspective infuses her recent projects, such as the 2024 thriller Forbidden Love, where she plays a diplomat entangled in a cross-cultural affair, a role she chose for its exploration of love's ethical tightropes. Critics praised it as a mature evolution of her romantic oeuvre, and Yejin, in promotional talks, tied it back to her reality. "Every character I play now carries a piece of the safety I feel at home. It makes the risks on screen feel surmountable." Looking ahead to 2026, whispers of a crash landing spin-off and a collaborative film with Hyunbin hint at continued synergy, blending professional passion with personal harmony. Yet, it's the rumored private correspondences, those letters fans romanticize, that add an air of mystery to her lore. While no full epistolary collection exists publicly, snippets surface in interviews. A 2025 Radio Star episode where she alluded to exchanging silly notes during the negotiation shoots, evolving into deeper missives post-wedding. One fan-favorite anecdote from a March 2025 MBC segment recounts Hyunbin penning a proposal letter that moved her to tears, quoting poetry from Kim So-wol. "Even if I fall 1,000 times, I'll rise for you." Whether apocryphal or authentic, it captures the poetic undercurrent of their bond. Reminiscent of Yejin's early literary influences, she once cited reading Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice as a teen as shaping her ideal of witty, resilient romance. These imagined exchanges evoke a romantic reverie, the thrill of words as bridges across emotional chasms, making one wistful for the lost art of letter writing in our emoji-saturated age. In the broader cultural landscape, Yejin and Hyunbin's openness has redefined celebrity coupledom, inspiring a wave of power pairs in K-entertainment who prioritize authenticity over artifice. October 2025 Lifestyle Asia Timeline notes how their 2021 reveal spurred similar confessions from stars like Song Joong-ki and Katie Louise Saunders, crediting the duo for normalizing love stories in the spotlight. Their influence extends globally, with Crash Landing on You fan communities hosting virtual love letter workshops, encouraging participants to pen affirmations inspired by Seri and Jonghyuk's vows. Yejin's own fan letters, like her 2020 missive thanking Chloe supporters, "Your love landed in my heart like an unexpected gift," foster this reciprocity, blurring lines between idol and intimate. It's a virtuous cycle that amplifies her message. Love thrives in vulnerability, whether scripted or scribbled. As we trace these contours of her confessions, from celluloid crushes to cribside cuddles, Sun Yijin's narrative emerges as a luminous testament to love's quiet revolutions. In a December 2024 Times of India piece, Hyunbin mirrored her sentiments. Marriage with Yijin is like coming home to the one who knows your every shade, a reciprocity that underscores their equilibrium. For admirers, it's invigorating, the validation that even in fame's frenzy, one can cultivate a sanctuary of safety, where wanting to go home isn't longing but arrival. Her story, laced with laughter lines and love-scarred wisdom, beckons us to pen our own chapters, daring to believe that the right words, the right person, can turn every ending into an invitation to begin again. In the end, perhaps that's the truest letter she's ever written, one of hope, hand-delivered to hearts worldwide, proving that love's most eloquent lines are lived, not just inked.